Hello everyone and welcome to part 38 of this chess puzzle run series on chess.com where you can solve puzzles along with me here. So let's find some puzzles to solve. Alright, so here we have black and white has just moved a bishop to c5. So what is that bishop doing? Controlling the center a little bit. No immediate threats. So let's see what white has in this, or excuse me, what black has in this position. Looks like we could check with the bishop. Would that do anything? Maybe it would draw the king out into the open a little bit here. But then I don't see too much of a follow-up. Well, we could follow up with the knight here, giving check. And then maybe the queen could check next. So we could try that. So at any time, if you need more time to think, just pause the video. But, excuse me, it looks like bishop could possibly check here. If the king captures, the knight could jump in here with check. And then possibly the queen could move here. But this rook could maybe throw a wrench in the works here. So let's see. Would we maybe want to throw the knight up here first to f4? And then follow up with the bishop and then the queen. Let's see. Well, I don't know. This is maybe the most forcing. So, bishop to g2 with check. If the king captures that bishop, the knight could follow up with check. But then the king could just go back in the corner here. And if the queen tries to come up to here, so maybe, I don't know, then it looks like this rook could just stop the queen. So maybe the knight has to come in there first. So this is a little tricky. Let's see. Well, maybe the knight has to come in first. So, if the knight moves up here first, then the queen could move here, threatening a check. So, knight to f5. Then if the rook moves in, I don't know. Then the bishop, if it moved there, the rook would just capture. So, well, I don't know if this is right, so I'm going to try. Okay, it's what they wanted. So now it's kind of tricky. The knight, could just move up here and give check. But then if the queen tries to get in position, the rook would be able to stop this. Okay, but the queen could go here, I guess. But then this queen could try and block that. So what kind of follow-up would we have? I mean, it looks like we should do that next. And then well, yeah, I guess we would go here next. Because then if the rook would go here, we could go here first and check. Alright, so now we just take the queen, we're ahead in material. And we're threatening to capture this pawn with check. Alright, well, I hope you found that. And, you were a little quicker than I was and you did better on that. So let's move on to the next puzzle. Okay, what is this? A bishop just moved here to c3. So what is black doing in this position? black has two bishops and a rook around the white king here. So, that's definitely... And the king can even help cut off some squares. So, looks like... Pause the video if you need more time to think. But I think I found the answer to this one. And it looks like the bishop can just move here to c4, checking the king and guarding the rook here. And that should be mate. All right. So that's what they were looking for. And let's move on to the next one here. All right. So now the rook has just moved down here. It's guarded by the queen. It's threatening our rook. So, maybe it could trade off pieces. What do we have going on here? How can we counter? Let's see. Well, we have to be careful. If we go up here and capture, threatening to take this rook, what happens with check here? If the rook captures, the king would just recapture. And then, if the queen followed up here, the king could just move. No, the king couldn't because of this bishop over here cutting off the escape. So that is what we have to watch out for. All right. Well, white... I don't know. Let's look at all the material. 5 pawns for white, 6 for black. So black is ahead by 1 pawn here. So white must act somehow. Let's see. Well, let's see. If this pawn moves forward here, maybe you could break up the position and try and threaten an attack over here with the queen after this trade of rooks. But the king could try and escape here. All right, so what can we do here? Let's see. Well, we do have 3 pieces here, 3 of black's pieces that are unprotected. So anytime pieces are not protected, it's a good opportunity to look for some type of tactic. So, I don't know, we could move this rook and attack the queen maybe, and then threaten to capture this with the bishop. But, then once again, he could just capture with check here. So, and he's threatening a mate in 1 because of this bishop and rook lining up here. So, a mate in 1. Alright, well, to block that, it looks like we would have to put our rook here to block. Alright. But then this bishop could just capture. So that doesn't look too good. So it looks like, I don't know, maybe we have to capture here. And then the queen would recapture with check. Then we could block the queen with our rook here. That looks like that puts a stop to his attack. So, then what? Then he has to retreat. He could just move up here and keep the pressure on this rook. All right. I don't know. well, we don't want to go here because then the rook could just capture. So we probably have to just move our rook. I don't know. I mean, maybe just capture. We'll try that. We'll just try and capture. Okay, and then now we can attack the queen. Let's see. I don't know. I mean, we have to block his check here. So we can either block with the queen or block with the rook. We probably want to block with the rook to keep the queen on the run. Okay, so now we're being attacked. But see, this doesn't make sense. Now, I mean, why wouldn't he have just retreated? So now we can just capture and then move up here and capture his other rook. So here he captures, we put him in check, then he's got to move, and then we just pick up this other piece. So, all right, well, let's see how many. We've done 3 problems. I'll try 2 more problems, and hopefully they go a little faster. That way this video is not too long for you. All right, next puzzle. Okay, the king has just moved here. We have 2 rooks in the center blocking off this black king. His rooks, well, especially this rook on a8 is not doing much. This one is backing up his pawn, but we have 2 pieces attacking that pawn. So we could just capture his h pawn on h5 with our rooks. And then if he traded off, but maybe it would be better to just check him with our rooks. So, if we put him in check, he could only go here. So how do we follow up? So if this rook on b5 moves over here, checking him on f5, his only option would be to run to here. So let's see. Do we have anything better than that? Because then once he runs to here, you know, how do we follow up? We could go here, but then he'll be able to run back up to here, you know, and then what? So maybe we should move our king up first, cutting off his escape, but then he would have time to cover here. So I think that works. Then we could just push the pawn up. All right, so hopefully you found that. Okay, he pushes here. So now we attack with the pawn, and then we can mate with the other rook. All right, so hopefully you found that. That's an interesting tactic in the end game. So I have videos on that, chess tactics in the end game. Sometimes end games look a little boring, but if you look closer, there may be hidden tactics. All right, on to the next one. This will be the final puzzle, this next one. Okay, the queen just captured, what was that, a rook there? So what does black have available here? It looks like, well, we have a bishop and a queen hovering around this black king. So we could deliver a check with the queen here, but it could be blocked by the queen or the knight. So if the queen blocks, then how do we follow up? Do we go here? Or no, excuse me, we'll be down here. We would have to go up here with check. And that would force the queen to move. So most likely if the queen moved here to a5 with check, the knight would jump up, but then we could just check. So this looks like the move. Hopefully you found this. And then now we can just jump up here with check, But now the knight will be able to block that. So we just take and check again, and then the king will try to run out here. Okay. Well, that looks like, the move that we have to make is to go here. And now we can capture with check, unless there is a better move, which I'm not seeing. We can't deliver any other checks. Well, we could try and go back down here, but now the queen. All right, so we have to do that. And this allows us to check further here. But if he runs into the middle of the board, actually this, okay, a skewer, skewering the king and the queen. All right, so an interesting tactic there. All right, well, I hope you found that and you were able to solve these puzzles. So just remember a little bit of tactical study and problem solving. If you do that on a regular basis, that should help you play better, help you improve your chess, because most games, especially with beginners, are made, most games are lost due to tactical errors being made. So study those tactics and it'll help improve your chess. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please like and subscribe. Feel free to leave comments or suggestions. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.